Marilyn Monroe famously posed in front of the Hollywood sign in Los Angeles, California in 1953. This photo shoot was part of a publicity campaign for the movie Niagara, in which Monroe starred as the lead actress. In July 1940, at the House of David religious community in Benton Harbor, Michigan, a baker diligently tends to his duties. The House of David community was known for its communal living practices and adherence to certain religious beliefs, which often included a focus on simple living and self-sufficiency. In 1953, at the Cavendish Laboratories in Cambridge, England, James Watson and Francis Crick famously constructed the groundbreaking model of the DNA molecule. This model, unveiled on February 28, 1953, is considered one of the most significant scientific achievements of the 20th century, as it provided the first accurate depiction of the structure of DNA. In 1880, in the bustling frontier town of Miles City, Montana, a group of rugged cowboys gathers outside the Bob Saloon. The Bob Saloon serves as a gathering place for cowboys, ranchers, and other denizens of the Wild West, offering a welcome refuge from the rugged outdoor life. In the 1930s, a couple dances with determination and grace at the Dance Marathon. Held in various venues across the United States during this era, dance marathons offered entertainment and a chance for participants to win prizes, often in the form of cash or goods. Woodstock, held in August 1969, was a legendary music festival that became a symbol of counterculture and the hippie movement. It was a defining event of the 1960s, characterized by its celebration of peace, love, and music. One of the iconic images associated with Woodstock is that of a hippie, embodying the spirit of the era. In 1977, the premiere of the original Star Wars film, later titled Star Wars Episode IV: A New Hope, created a frenzy of excitement among fans. People eagerly lined up outside theaters around the world, eagerly anticipating the release of what would become a cultural phenomenon. In 1960, the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas, Nevada, stood as one of the premier destinations on the famous Fremont Street. With its distinctive neon signage and glittering facade, the Golden Nugget embodied the glitz and glamour of Sin City during the heyday of the Rat Pack era. In 1925, Adolf Hitler rehearses his speech in front of a mirror. This intriguing image provides a glimpse into the private preparations of the future dictator during the early stages of his political career. Wilma Smith, along with her fellow society girls of Burbank, played a significant role in organising and staging an open-air festival in the famous McClure Vineyards in 1930. The festival was a celebration of the abundant grape harvest in California that year, which was reported to be one of the largest on record. The 1960s Batman TV series, starring Adam West as Batman Bruce Wayne, Burt Ward as Robin Dick Grayson, and Yvonne Craig as Batgirl Barbara Gordon, remains an iconic and beloved adaptation of the popular DC Comics superhero. The series, which aired from 1966 to 1968, became widely popular for its colourful and comedic approach, punctuated by onomatopoeic graphics and exaggerated fight scenes. In 1872, a tooth extraction occurred inside a liquor store. An assistant held the patient's head steady with a towel while the dentist used pliers to remove the tooth. It was likely a makeshift setup due to the lack of proper dental facilities at the time. In April 1962, chess prodigy Bobby Fischer was spotted riding a subway car in New York City. With intense concentration, he focused on a chess problem laid out on a portable board, completely absorbed in the intricate maneuvers before him. In the early 1930s, the renowned British tattoo artist George Burchett, often referred to as the King of Tattooists, was at the height of his career. With his skilled hands and artistic vision, Burchett adorned countless individuals with intricate designs, leaving an indelible mark on the world of tattooing. Marilyn Monroe and Robert Wagner participated in a screen test, a common practice in the film industry to assess actors' suitability for roles. However, during this particular screen test, there was an unusual delay before Robert Wagner stood up. It was reported that he had an erection, which caused a brief interruption before continuing the proceedings. In August 1969, the iconic moment of the Beatles preparing to cross Abbey Road for their album cover shot was captured. John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison and Ringo Starr stepped onto the pedestrian crossing outside Abbey Road Studios in London, poised to create one of the most recognisable album covers in music history. On May 24, 1977, women in Paris took to the streets to protest for their rights to contraception, abortion and birth control. Amidst a backdrop of social and political change, these courageous women voiced their demands for reproductive freedom and autonomy over their bodies. Their collective action reflected a growing movement advocating for women's rights and reproductive health worldwide. During the Battle of Britain on September 3, 1940, British children found themselves seeking safety in a trench. As they watched the aerial battle unfolding above them, the sound of aircraft engines filled the air. The children, feeling anxious but resolute, huddled together for comfort while the conflict raged on. In 1983, Pope John Paul II met with the man who had attempted to assassinate him. The encounter was a remarkable moment of forgiveness and reconciliation, showcasing the Pope's commitment to peace and forgiveness even in the face of violence. Charlie Chaplin and Ben Turpin, two prominent silent film stars of the early 20th century, acted together in the silent film titled His New Job, which was released in 1915. His New Job is a short comedy film directed by Charles Chaplin himself, featuring both Chaplin and Turpin in prominent roles. In the 1960s, the Xerox machine emerged as revolutionary office technology, transforming the way documents were duplicated and distributed. This innovative device enabled quick and efficient reproduction of documents, eliminating the need for time-consuming manual copying methods like carbon paper or mimeographs. With the Xerox machine, office tasks became significantly streamlined, boosting productivity and efficiency in workplaces around the world. In 1942, amidst the height of World War II, a Canadian female munitions worker was captured in a striking image at a munitions factory in Quebec, Canada. Adorned with belts of ammunition draped across her shoulders, she embodied the dedication and resilience of women who stepped into traditionally male-dominated roles during wartime. In 1960, during his presidential campaign, John F. Kennedy engaged in grassroots campaigning by going door-to-door in West Virginia. This hands-on approach allowed him to connect directly with voters, listening to their concerns and sharing his vision for the future of the nation. At the 1953 Cannes Film Festival, Brigitte Bardot captivated onlookers with her iconic style, setting trends and making a lasting impression on the world of fashion and cinema. In 1945, as World War II drew to a close, German soldiers were confronted with footage of concentration camps, revealing the horrors perpetrated by the Nazi regime. The stark reality captured on film evoked a range of emotions among the soldiers, from shock and disbelief to horror and remorse.